All right, so the Mets took 2 out of 3 from the Rays. The Rays, the best team baseball based off of their record. And the Mets took 2 out of 3 from them. A great win on Wednesday night. They got a lot of production out of the rookies. Vientos hit a home run. I was very surprised that Vientos hit that home run. It looked like he got under it a little bit, and in the 7th inning, and obviously in the 9th inning with the Mets down with 2 outs, Francisco Alvarez crushed that ball. I mean, the second he hit that ball out, the second he made contact, you knew that ball was out. Just a great performance by those two. And obviously Pete, and you'll see Pete at the end of this video. You'll see Pete at the end of this video. And he crushed that ball last night. He actually crushed a home run today in the 4th inning against Bradley. Pete is the one guy in this lineup that everybody pitches around. Opposition pitches around him as much as they can. And he's really the consistent power bat in this lineup. Now, today, the Mets did not play Alvarez today. They didn't play Vientos today. They only had Brett Baty in this game. It was interesting of note that Baty was in the game last night. Buck played him in left field. And Vientos started at third. He played the whole game at third. And Alvarez obviously was behind the plate. Now, day game after night game, that in all likelihood, if you have a regular catcher, he's not going to catch the next day. And Alvarez did not catch today. Meaning, he's played a lot, even though he's 21 years old. He's played a lot, so there's no reason to run him down. And I kind of figured they weren't going to play him today. But then not to play Mark Vientos when you called him up. And he's raking in the minor leagues, and he had a big game last night. It is sort of like a head scratcher at this point. And now you have Daniel Vogel back, who I will call Daniel Vogelfudge, because again, he has done nothing. In the past 2 weeks, he's had 176. He's got 1 extra base hit in his last 10 games. He struck out 2 times today, going 0 for 3. And stupid Kevin Cash, he walks him in the 8th inning, which I don't think anybody in the ballpark could figure that out. I couldn't figure it out. For Escobar, and Escobar, I would mention, he is he's starting to carry his weight a little bit. He's starting to pull himself out of the gutter that he was in terms of batting average, in terms of the quality of his bats. And he hit a line drive, and the third baseman made a good play on him. But Vogelfudge, last night in the game, he came in late in the game. The guy took 4 pitches, 3 pitches right down the middle. Right down the middle. And he's taking these pitches. Hey, Vogelfudge, take the bat off your shoulder. You're there to hit for power. You're there to hit. You're there to hit the ball out of the ballpark. If you can't run, which Buck took him out in the 8th inning, and the Mets were winning 3-2, and he was not the next. So if they scored another run, he was not going to be able to score. He wasn't the 4th run in that game. He'd be the 5th run if they scored 2 runs there. So he was not a real priority turn. So Buck took him out for a pinch runner. Brought in Mark Hanna to pinch run for him. I mean, if you can't run, you can't play the field, he basically is an immovable object running on the field. I've never seen a player move so slowly on the field than this guy. Why is he on this team still? Again, and there's going to be and he got booed mercilessly in his third at bat. I mean, he struck out today. He got booed because people want to see Vientos. I mean, and then before the game, Buck, and I couldn't believe Buck said this, that, well, we brought up Vientos, but we can only play one guy at third. Play Baty in left field. Play Vientos, DH him. Why have this kid here? He's got to play. Play him. We've seen, I mean, I think all of us fans have seen enough of Vogelfudge to last a lifetime. Okay, I know I have. I'm tired of watching this guy hit. Tired of watching him. I'm tired of the fidgetiness. He makes me nervous, and he doesn't get a hit. And when he does get a hit, it's a single, or he walks, or he strikes out. That guy drives me crazier than Michael Conforto did when he was here. At least Michael can run into a ball and hit the ball in the ballpark once in a while. This guy, 2 home runs. 2 home runs in the first almost 46 games. That's pathetic. And the Mets keep running him out there. Well, he does well against. He's got a 720 OPS. That's getting awfully close. See, to me, 700 is about average. I think they think that 720, 730 is average. In my view, 700 is average from what I've seen. Just running through Baseball Reference. You're getting awfully close to the edge. That OPS goes under 700. I mean, that's an official disaster as a player. And he's not been a good major league player. He hit 32 home runs a few years ago. That's a long time ago now. And really, his first 40-something games here with the Mets have been a disaster. And I don't care what the OPS says. I don't care what the OPS Plus says. He's there to kill right-handed pitching, hit home runs, drive the ball, get extra base hits. But if he's not driving in anything, and he's an automatic out, in my view. That's why I was very surprised that Kevin Cash pitched around him. I mean, that's and I know that Escobar he's not a world beater at this point, but Jesus. I mean, it's just not that good, Now, again, you have these young guys. I was thinking earlier this morning when I was out, I would love to see them about 7 through 9, Vientos, Beatty, and Alvarez. That would have been great to watch and great to see today, but we didn't see it. Now, the Mets won today. They took a series from the Rays, which is significant. I mean, you carry last night's momentum into today. Because in that 7th inning, I mean, prior to Vientos hitting that ball out of the ballpark was dead. Everybody was just completely, totally taken out of the game. Here at the hut, I was totally out of it until that home run. And then he hits the home run, and even Gary Cohen and Keith were energized with that ball, with that home run. And then the 9th inning. It's funny, I was thinking last night during the game, I should have tweeted it out, that the game was going to end on a walk-off because the Mets have not had that this year. And sure enough, the game ended on a walk-off. But you cannot have these young guys here and then they perform well and you sit them. Buck did the same thing on Tuesday. Tuesday, Beatty hit a home run. He sat him last night. Play him. Play all these guys. I mean, they kind of said it. The 3 of them said that we play together. So if they support each other and they don't feel like, and they're contributing to this team, this helps this. And here's the thing. I think we've seen this over the years with the Mets. When they play, with any team really, that when you play young guys and you have a veteran team, which the Mets have a veteran team, they energize it. And these guys have power. The 3 of them have a lot of power. And this is a team that's desperate for home runs. Desperate to hit the ball out of the ballpark. You can't always rely on Pete to hit the ball out. It's just not fair. And he's gonna hit 50 home runs again this year. If not more. 55 might be the number this year for Pete. 55 to 60, I think. He's gonna get awfully close, And 135, 140 RBIs is within his grasp right now too. But you have 3 guys, Brett Beatty, Mark Vientos, and Francisco Alvarez. They have to play every day. If the pitching is not going to be there, they got the pitching today. Starting pitching was good overall. I mean, it was good, very good today, and the pitching was very good overall today. And you had Kodai Senga pitch great last night against a very good lineup, very effective lineup. You have to support this team offensively. If you have games where you can't score runs, if you have can't keep the opposition off the board, then you must hit for home runs. You must hit. You must have guys that can break the game open. Beatty can break the game open. Vientos can break the game open. And Alvarez clearly is a guy that can break the game open. I would mention again about Alvarez, which I mentioned in other videos. There's probably a good chance that Gary Sanchez is probably going to be here. I was reading that maybe no later than Sunday. Because the Mets have to decide what they want to do. Because he has an opt-out in his contract with the Mets. Tomorrow is the deadline. So the Mets might decide by no later than Saturday whether to bring him up. And if that's the case, that means that Michael Perez is probably gone. And there are ramifications if Gary's here. Because if he's here, then when Nido is ready, I was reading before, and I wasn't too happy when I read this, that they might keep Nido and keep Sanchez. I would not do that. If anything, I would rather keep Sanchez here than get rid of Vogelbach and have Alvarez here. Because of the power potential. But I'm not a big fan of Sanchez, by the way. I'll say that again. Not a big fan of his at all. But to have that power bat off the bench instead of having Vogelbach on the bench is a big deal. I said Vogelbach before, didn't I? Yeah. But again, the Mets finally won a series. They hadn't won that. They hadn't done that in over a month. That was very important that they did that. This is a team that is desperate for home runs. They're desperate for offense. They're desperate for power. You have this power on your team. Play them every day. If Beatty can't handle left field, you take him out late in the game. If Vientos can't perform at third base, you put him at DH. Simple as that. I'm tired of watching Vogelbach. I know Tommy Pham had a pretty good game today. But you cannot continue to have Vogelbach on this team. He is, if he's not hitting for power, he's useless. Because, again, he can't run, can't play the field. He's pretty much useless. Unless he hits for home runs, there's no reason to have him on this roster. DFA him, release him, trade him, get him the hell out of here. He's not a winning player. And that 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and last night, that's not cutting it. That's not cutting it. Well, it's a great win today. They go up against the Guardians this weekend. The Guardians don't have a great offensive club. They'll have to deal with Josh Bell. He kills the Mets all the time. That's something to watch out for. They have good pitching, very good starting pitching. So we'll see how the Mets do with the rotation. Verlander's going on one of the days. Scherzer's going to be pitching. It's supposed to be rain on Saturday. Just let people know. So there might be a doubleheader on Sunday. And full steam ahead. But this was a big series for the Mets. And these 2 wins were huge. So let me know what you think about this video. I say let the kids play. And we're going to leave you here. And, of course, subscribe to Baseball Hub. I'm going to leave you here with a comment from Pete Alonso.
Let's fucking go Mets.